Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my people, my people, my Biafra people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending for where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This one, Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency, Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless, may God bless, may God bless, may God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency, ESN, Ekpa. Simon and Jocko, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you because we know in your hands Biafra is coming. In your hands Biafra is safe. And in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, today, people don't they talk, people they panic, people they shake. All the whole major stakeholders in that Zoo Republic, they are coming out, they are speaking under one monotone, they are speaking one song, they are singing one sermon, they are preaching from the same chapter and one gospel. They are saying Nnamdi Kanu must be released, my people. Oh my God. Then they call, then they ask, then they lament, then they request. Then they ask the man they call Jagaban, Mr. Emilio Kon, Tinubu, make a release Nnamdi Kanu, because now they see, say, holding Nnamdi Kanu has become officially more expensive than releasing him. The gospel, the prophecy of Mazi Ekpa, Simon and Jocko has been fulfilled. Peter Obi is today asking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He don't put him out, self-join. The gospel of Simon Ekpa has been revealed. He don't cast. They don't begin confused. They don't begin confused. It has come to pass. The gospel of Simon Ekpa has come to pass. When in talk say, you will all ask, you will beg to release Nnamdi Kanu because holding him dear has become more expensive. For 3 years, you all were relaxing, jamboreeing, having a good time. Malami made a pronouncement in their language, in Fulani, Abina Fufude, Abina Hausa. Malami made a live commentary on national broadcast in Hausa, talking about the great job he did with the Buhari government to go and buy or carry our brother Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. It was televised in Hausa language, in Fulani language, in Kanura language, and there was a jamboree. Oh my God. Aye. There was a jamboree in the north. Say our brother, our son, our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, Oyendu, was kidnapped. Now they are crying, say they hate kidnapping, it is too much in the land, we are dying, please, nobody is safe, even Abuja is not safe. The chicken has come home to roost. The sins of the father has come amongst the children and the grandchildren. If your prime minister or your president, you guys use president, if your president could go all the way to Kenya to go and do what they did to an innocent man that was just speaking, Nnamdi Kanu was just speaking truth to power. If your president, if your government can go all the way to kidnap that man, bring and come Nigeria, and you think everything is sweet, for 3 years, una they enjoy. For 3 years, those they call the DOS, they said nothing. They were pretending. They were hiding. They were saying command and control. Usoji was attacking Simon Ekpa. All of them, Ikenya Uruagu was attacking Simon Ekpa. They left the caliphate. Some said Biafra is dead. They said Biafra is dead. Them say Biafra don't fall for ground, oh macham. It don't fall for gutter, oh macham. Biafra don't fall for ground, oh match. They turn around the song that they used to shame the devil, and they turn it around to insult the Biafrans. Because they captured Nnamdi Kanu, they thought that was the end of Biafra. Sadly, but you know me, I am somebody that speaks truth to power. Sadly, even this man, when they talk now, this man now, Peter Obi, that has changed and he has become born again. He has turned from Saul to Paul in the Bible. This same Peter Obi say Biafra is dead. That was his biggest mistake in that campaign. You should have maintained your Nigerian politics. Give what belonged to Caesar and to God to God. Give what belonged to Caesar and to God to God. You should have applied the wisdom of Jesus. When they asked Jesus that question, you should have applied the wisdom. When he said, no, don't tell me about taxation to Caesar. Give what belongs to Caesar and to God to God. You should have not mixed Biafra and Nigerian politics, Peter Obi. That was your biggest mistake, and the thing will come to haunt you. Very, very sad. But at least now he has turned around. He is now a born again. He's speaking in a new tongue. He's saying they should release Nnamdi Kanu. There is no need to hold him. Your court has freed him. It is time to release Nnamdi Kanu. This is the gospel, according to Peter Obi. And if you doubt me, I present to you Peter Obi. Make una hear.
That from the little experience I had when we were there. It is important. And even checking the harsh economic conditions now, even in development and economic agenda, I want to see the Southeast governors work closely more.
It's coming.
As one. Okay, they can do.
It's coming.
And I believe they know each other. They can interact. We want to see them come together. We want to see them bring this entire zone together. And I'm preaching the same thing of other zones. While the federal government as far that overshadows everybody, the various zones should come together. In the Southeast in particular, this is very urgent. I'm again saying from my little experience, in which they can call meetings, even meetings at times of those of us who were there before, to come together and interact about a common purpose. This is very important. I don't see anything why his continued detention.
Listen now, he would not speak about Nnamdi Kanu. He spoke about their so-called Southeast governors coming together, working together, forming a synergy together, thinking alike, coming together and do what they call like a system thinking. When the different state governors, they will begin, they interact, they interlock, they become, everything begin connect together, then they work as a team, as a unit, so that they go begin do things for Southeast. That is what he's speaking about. But unfortunately, those people then when the governor, their brain no they alert. Soludo when claim say he schooled in USA. He saw the kind of security apparatus that they have in USA. He claimed to be a professor. He schooled in USA. But look at the dirty idiots he is using, the criminals he is using as security men in Anambra State. Men when get criminal records, he doesn't care about it. He is using every Tom, Dick, and Harry as AVG. I am the Anambra State Blooded Group, AVG. That tells you they may have gone to school abroad, but they have not imbibed that culture, that Western culture, the things that make things to work the right way. It is called system thinking. When all the systems, they work in synergy, they work at the same time. I would have expected those idiots, they call the governors from Southeast, to at least come together and work. But because they are selfish, what they want is the money they will make and run away. You see the one from Anambra, the previous one, when the EFCC, they're messing up, he ran to USA and he was working without no security. He was carrying a dog in USA to walk a dog around. But when he was in Nigeria, you saw the way he messed up. Obiano, that's his name. Governor Obiano. So they don't think, they don't open their brain, they don't take soap, wash their brain, wash away the cobweb of Nigeria and start thinking like human beings. If you claim that the whole Nigeria is against you, why can't you guys, the 5 of you, they have broken you down into 5. They have broken the eastern region into 5. Why can't 5 of you just come together and say, oh, okay, make we show Nigeria, say we are special. Let us work together. Let us put the resources together. If now road won't build, bring 40%. I bring 40% to connect the Okigwe road to Nnewi road, to connect the Achara road to. That is how it is done. System thinking. You interlock all the whole states together. That way the project will be cheaper because una they add money together. Do those key things, those main things you need. All the states don't need airports because you guys don't think alike. That is why Ebonyi have airports. Enugu now, Abena, Anambra, Abena, Abia won't get airports. You guys don't think alike. It is called system thinking. What you should have done was to say, okay, make we get a major airport for the heartbeats of your so-called 5 southeastern states. Then the other money, when we for use build different airports, we'll come begin to create rail lines to connect all the whole 5 states. So that somebody when they for the old Anambra state, we won't fly away or go to airports, you can take a tram, you can take a railway, you can enter train from your state all the way to Ebonyi state where there is airports. I'm giving you the way the white men they think now. You can create a mini holding bay, not an airport, but a holding bay where rich men can drive their car, your SUV that you love. You go to that place, you park the car somewhere, then you enter the tram, you enter the train, you go carry una to the airport. So that way there is an interlock, there is a grid everywhere when they connect all the different states up to the main place. But when you start doing things in isolation, they call it walking in silo. Oyibo. You are working in silos. It means you are working individually. Your systems are not thinking. Your communications, they are not thinking. You guys don't work as a team. There is no synergy. There is no chemistry. There is no interlocution between you guys. No interaction. When we say interlock, it means to chat. You guys don't chat. You guys don't have monthly catch-up. You guys don't have quarterly catch-up. You guys don't have meetings every week, every month of how to build the so-called southeastern states. I'm saying so-called because these so-called 5 governors, they are operating within that southeastern states. Like say them get sense by now, therefore don't outshine the other states for that zoo. But because the people when they put there, now Fulani they put them. I'm so embarrassed by the man they called Charles Soludo. You were praising him when he was a CBN governor. You called him all sorts of names, but when this man is a governor, he they carry touts. They carry touts to become security. AVG, Anambra Vigilante Group, criminals, drug men, rapists are the ones that are doing their security. People will not understand the fundamentals of security. Man, my God. Simon Ekpa, please. Simon Ekpa, please, I'm begging you. When our Biafra comes, there must be standard. We have lived in the Western world. We know the pros and cons. We know the criteria. We know how to work on the framework. We must follow standards. We must follow frameworks when Biafra comes. I don't want to fight for Biafra. And when we have it, riffraff, stouts will not be the one doing security, flogging people. Because in that zoo, we see it every day. Just last week, a man from EFCC was slapping a girl. The EFCC in that zoo now, they are now like the Mopol. They are now like the NSAS. They were slapping this girl. That means you are guilty once they find you. Not innocent until proven guilty. I cannot live in a country like that. Those are shithole countries, for crying out loud. Simon Ekpa, please, I want to plead with you in the public. Today, I'm calling on our Prime Minister in the public. I want the whole world to bear me witness. I want to task our Prime Minister in the public. I'm saying, when do we get this our Biafra? When Biafra comes, the standard must be measured with the international standard. From the cleaner, from the man when they clean the road, to the president or prime minister of Biafra. We must maintain a standard because it is embarrassing. EFCC don't begin slap person like Mopol. Only in a shithole will you see the police use Koboko flog person. Only in a shithole will you be driving your car and military go stop you, slap you and do all these things. Only in the shithole will a politician be driving and there'll be siren. The only time you have siren, we call it the blue light in the Western world. Blue light. Ambulance. the police or fire service. We call the ambulance the blue light, for example. Now, only ambulance or fire service, they use siren. Or the police, when they push up somebody, or when there's an emergency. Not the army. Not the army, because that thing, you have to understand the reason why it was created. It wasn't created to protect your politicians that are running late. I see your president, when he's going through, they block the whole road. There is siren. People are stuck in the traffic for 2-3 years. That is a backward and an archaic way of living. You are living like an animal. You are living like monkeys, chimpanzees, and baboons. Simon Ekpa, when Biafra come, please, I beg you in the public. I want to hold you on this because I know Biafra is coming. I want to task you on this one, that the standard must be maintained. We must maintain a standard because it is so backward. Look at Charles Soludo. Somebody went to school for USA. He claims to be a professor. Look at the, very, very shameful. Look at the standard he's operating on. What happened to the American standard that he went through? His children, they are living abroad. Why can't you apply the same standard in Anambra State? Very backward people. So for the first time, I am supporting Peter Obi in what he's saying here. I concur to Peter Obi that those people they call governors in those 5 states, the zoo has given you 5 states. From a region, they have given you 5 states. You owned the region before. They played politics, then begin cutuna. The cutuna, where the resources there, then cut them away. Now they have left you with 5 states. At least with the small thing when una get from now till December, make una begin talk to una self. Have a synergy, have a chemistry together. Make una they have what they call sit-ups. Make una have what they call a comms, a conference, quarterly, monthly. How to plan. Say, okay, your region or your southeast, as they call you guys, you need this major project. Let us join money together and build it in Abia State. Okay, we have an airport in Ebonyi State. Let us join hands together and build, a better runway or put a business something there, a plaza there. As you have your trade fair in Lagos, go and build it around that airport. Before you know it, you are creating, things around the environment. It becomes a vibrant, a bubbling environment. That's how it's done in the Western world. That is how it's done in the Western world. That is how it's done in the Western world, though. You create something there. You create a shopping plaza. You create a business plaza. You create a private school. You create a warehouse and storage. Before you know it, people travel around the whole world. They fly through Ebonyi. When they get to Ebonyi, the goods they bought somewhere will be in the storage. They will have a warehousing system. They will have a car park so that you that love your expensive cars, you can park your car, then go to the airport. Before you know it, even when you come out for the airport, there is a taxi system. There is a railway system. This is how you should be thinking. This is how my brain is. I cannot function in a shithole country, in a third world country anymore. I cannot function in a third world country. I can't. I'm sorry. When Biafra comes, my number one role is to make sure the standard I am enjoying in Obodo Yibo, I go bring them there. If we all can be thinking this way, then I think Biafra will become the giant of Africa. Those governors there, they have let themselves down, not us. They have let themselves down. When we come and bring Biafra, the standard will be high. But I digress. Let's get back to Peter Obi, what he's talking about Nnamdi Kanu. This one be saying, the thing just vex me. The way in they talk about those governors, how come together, he's begging to come together to talk. Very primitive, backward people. They don't understand the systems of government. You must not build everything. It's not done that way. Oh my God. God have mercy. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to Peter Obi.
Quite frankly, especially as the law, the courts have granted him bail.
Listen now, after I'll be about for Nnamdi Kanu. Listen.
This is very important. I don't see anything why his continued detention.
Nnamdi Kanu.
Quite frankly, especially as a law, the courts have granted him bail. The government must obey the law. Rule of law is an intrinsic asset that we must cherish and live with.
Okay.
And I've said I'm going to discuss with every agitator.
Okay.
And I use the same opportunity to play to government to ensure that all those who are in similar conditions are released and discussed with.
That's where you're making a mistake. It's like you're putting the cart before the horse. They have already released all of them. It's only one man they are holding, Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu. So I'm just here to inundate you, to update you in your information. You say release all of them. Who else are they holding in that zoo? Apart from Nnamdi Kanu. The only man that spoke with his tongue. The only man that spoke with his tongue. They see him as the most fearful man. The most feared. They see him as the one, the most dangerous. But the undertone be that tribalism. That problem say the Biafran war has not ended. So everybody fit to mess for class. Everybody fit to mess for class. But when the Biafran man mess, now wahala, then go flog him, so making him kneel down. That's the same thing. Our own is different because deep inside, they know say they know like us. Peter Obi, I want you to understand this thing. Say, deep inside, they don't like us. The only reason why they have us there is say, as God will have it, we have a blessed land, the land of God, Arochukwu, the place when God they do well. Umuchuku, we are children of God. Our land is blessed. Our land from underneath our soil is what they have. You know, the coal. Back in the days when coal was business. Now our land coal, the British, they used the Enugu coal until coal became obsolete. Obsolete means say it can't be out of fashion. That was the only reason why they stopped exploring or exploiting coals. In Enugu, they call them the coal city. Till this day, sadly, they have destroyed the edifice, the land of Enugu. There are caves everywhere where they don't go dig. They don't mine coal, it don't turn to cave. Holes everywhere. Erosion, they've destroyed the land, the ecosystem of Enugu. Because of coal. When it comes to oil, now our land is there. When it comes to uranium, now our land is there. When it comes to californium, now our land is there. You see, Olu, there is something in Olu state or Osu where that man, Hope of the man, is sending the military to. They have seen something there. The same way they've seen something in Oyo state that they throw bomb there. They don't see something for Olu. Even Enugu, there is californium there. There is uranium there. So that's what they are seeing, and they are saying, oh my God, we were trying to break up in 1914. That was the last day of the contract. The 100 years expired in 2014. 1914, when Lord Lugard did what he did, from 1914 to 2014, that was 100 years. It was an 100 years agreement. When you go to Hong Kong now, their own 100 years don't expire. China has taken back Hong Kong. Even though the people of Hong Kong, they are saying, no, Britain, we want to stay with you. But on paper, on record, the lease of 100 years of Hong Kong to Britain has ended. And China has taken over Hong Kong. Those that refuse, they are flown to England. Those Chinese based in Hong Kong, they have flown to Britain. Because they fear say China will punish them. Or they claim they don't like the rule of China. Britain wanted to play politics to extend the contract date of, but they said no. China said 100 years is 100 years. But in the case of we the Biafrans, the amalgamation expired in 2014. And none of these politicians are talking about that. Anything called Nigeria now is on borrowed time. The amalgamation has ended in 2014. The contract don't expire. It's so painful. So they don't like us. That's why till this day, Nnamdi Kanu is still being held. Nnamdi Kanu is still being held for no reason. Let's continue. Listen.
We're a democratic government. We shouldn't be doing things that are arbitrary and not within the law.
That's the mistake he's making now. He's saying, let's take it back a little bit. He's saying democracy. You are in a democratic government. Peter Obi, you are not. What you have in Nigeria is not democracy. Democracy in the ultimate analysis is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Of, by, for, it shows ownership. Government owned by the people. The responsibility of the government is owned by the people. When you say government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Of the people, it means it came out of the people. They went to vote. It's of them. From them came out this. You see, so they must have ownership because you are the one that voted for a candidate. But in the case of Nigeria, we saw what happened, Peter Obi. We saw the election now. We saw everything from a far distance. Even though we told the Biafrans not to vote. Some of them that, they went astray and they voted. We were watching them from a distance. We saw everything. LEP 24, LUP 25, LUP 26, OB one name, OB one name 27, LEP 28. We saw everything, Peter Obi. Now, if they did you, what did you then? What you did was a landslide. Your victory was a landslide. But we saw what they did to you. It means the government operating in Nigeria now is not of the people. They don't want to claim or lay ownership of that government. And the government operating in that zone now is not by the people. It was not created by the people. It doesn't have the consent of the people. It wasn't made by the people. It was made by the cabal. And the last one is for the people. Unfortunately, if it's not made by you, now it was imposed on you people. So democracy, you have to be very, very careful. Fela said it more. He said democracy, demonstration of crazy. Crazy demonstration. In Nigeria, what he said way back in the 70s, it is still functional now. It is still functional now. Fela, respect to him. What he said then is still happening now. So for you to say, oh, we have a democracy, they must respect the rule of law. With all the respect, Peter Obi, what you have is not democracy. It's a sham. The government you are running is a sham, not democracy. With all due respect. With all due respect, it is not democracy. My people, should I say more? Need I say more? I will leave this one simple. It is morning. Enjoy the water, and I'll come back in the evening. When I come back in the evening, I go draw rain down. I go draw thunder. Imiligezo, rain go fall because I go expose the zoo. 2nd of December is the date. 2nd of December is the date. Get ready. Biafra is coming. Get ready. Biafra is coming. We have made sure now that holding Nnamdi Kanu now is more expensive than releasing him. The prophecy of Simon Ekpa has come to pass. Let me write it down with my golden pen. Holding Nnamdi Kanu has become more expensive than releasing him. The gospel of Simon Ekpa has come to pass. I rest my case. That will be the title of this video. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you.
Yeah, check me out.
Superstars Media. Lord Logan. Bloomington, Lord Logan. And it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.